my first guest sit down on the DKJ Show. I'm with a man who's come from the breeding grounds of Bukom, Ghana to the top of the game in world boxing. He's made a name. He's done it with style. He goes by Richard Commey. How you doing, man?
How you doing, DKJ?
Thank you.
Good to see you again this morning.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
It's a pleasure, man.
Talk to me. How you been? We are currently in UK, London, Wembley, just off the back of Adam Azim, but we'll get to that in a little bit later. But talk to me. How are you? How you been? What's been going on?
Well, I'm very well. Just touched down last Wednesday. I fly out Wednesday and I got here Thursday. It was good. The last time I was here was 4 years ago. So it's always good to be back in the UK once again. See my friend Azza, Amon, especially Amon, he got me into boxing. And I know these guys for almost 15 years ago.
Sure.
It's good to catch up with them and to see them. So it's been great so far.
Fantastic. I just want to touch on your origins a little bit if we can. Talk to me. You've come from Bukom, Ghana. How was life, growing up in Ghana?
Well, actually, Bukom, Ghana, everyone knows that's the breeding place of world champs. All the world champions that come from Ghana, they come from there. And a couple who is not originally from Accra, Ghana, Bukom, they have to pass through that state before they become a world champion.
Wow.
Example, the likes of Isaac Dogbe and Anaya Konedu. He is from Ghana, but he's a Kumasi boy, but he lives in Accra, Ghana, Bukom, before he became a world champion. So that is the storyline up. And I'm a Ghana. We fight.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the life in Accra, Bukom, it's just a normal life in any other place. But you see these kids got the raw talents. And the two major talents that we got in that Bukom area, actually is like a coastal line. So it's around the coastal side. So the only sports that they good at is football and boxing.
Wow.
Because growing up in Boko as a young kid, when you argue among your peers, you fight. And then when you fight, you earn your respect.
Got you.
So on the streets, I was part in the streets, wearing the gloves on, we just argue and then put the gloves on and we fight. You know what I mean?
You have to hold your own.
It's in our blood. So.
Yes. And what made you actually get into boxing? What made you step into a boxing?
Yeah, actually, I played football. I was very good. Left back, and then a defensive midfield. I'm very good. Very
so you've got speed, but you've also got endurance up and down.
So yeah, I was doing kickboxing. In Ghana, I played football and doing kickboxing. When kickboxing was in Ghana, I was the first one. When the Japanese came from Japan, I was the first one they chose and they took me to Japan. So you see, right. So from there, I went to Dubai 2 years, trained as a kickboxer and fighting as well. And then I met my friend Heyman and Leah. These were the two people that really convinced me to start boxing because I sparred the first Emirati professional boxer, Issa Alda. I sparred him a lot.
Wow.
And it was a good spar. But then I'm not a boxer, still doing kickboxing. But I have to take off I didn't have to throw my legs.
Right.
I have to just spar him and always give him a tough time. So my friends sees me, they were like, no, Richie, you got everything. And we think, we feel if you do boxing, you can go far.
Wow.
So I'm like, you know what? After 2 years, I said, well, let me give it a try. Went to Ghana, give it a try, and this is where I am.
Wow, man. Wow, that's fantastic. And talk to me. How was your amateur gym? Did you just stay at one gym? Because you started to really build a name for yourself, become a national champion, and then obviously into the world stage. So talk to us a little bit about that.
I'm a loyal person, Richie Commey. I'm a very, very loyal person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm with you regardless, unless you broke me. When you break me and I can't do nothing, the only thing I got is to walk away. So yeah. So that's just by the way. Well, I started off of one gym. I never had too many amateur boxing. I had about 15.
Sure.
And then I became a national area champion in amateur. And then I qualified to go to the national team, but they didn't. I went there, trained one day. Second day, they asked me to go back. So I was like, I got mad.
Wow.
Because I was like, let me just justify my inclusion. Give me the opportunity to show what I got.
Absolutely.
Instead of no, and then just asking me to go, you know what I mean? So I was like, I tell my friend, you know what? I'm gonna be a world champion. Everyone is gonna be shocked.
Wow.
I said that and I left in anger, you know what I mean?
So you knew you was gonna always be a
Most
world
definitely.
champion.
I knew, because I believe in, you know, I had a feeling, because you know, when you look at the boxing history, right? I read Oscar de la Hoya, his biography, The American Son. When you read that story, it tells you that, you know, man, Oscar wasn't really the one who was supposed to be boxing. His senior brother.
Right.
And Oscar, you know, the dad will always, when they finish, when you go and pick, Oscar was the little one. So maybe he put Oscar in the car, go and pick his brother, drop the brother in the gym, and then he would take Oscar to the house.
Yeah.
So Oscar was like, I can do this. So sometimes he might sneak in and then we'll be following his brother. If his brother left from the house to go to the gym, he might see them. And then he kind of, one day the father came to the gym just to pick his senior brother, and he saw Oscar there. And I was like, oh, how did you get here? And they said, okay, since he got here by himself, let me always, and then they gave Oscar the chance to start going to the gym. And his brother lack off, and Oscar continue.
That's it.
Became amateur champion, start beating people, and then Oscar became who Oscar is.
That's it.
The same thing happens to two Ghanaian brothers. They're fighters, Joshua and Emmanuel. Emmanuel was the one doing boxing, and Joshua, the junior, followed him. Joshua became a world champion, Emmanuel never. My senior brother, that's my senior brother, like I call it my brother, you know what I mean? He was boxing.
Sure.
And then what happened? He fell out, and then so I compared that story, because I was reading that story before I jumped into boxing.
I see.
I read about Oscar's book before. I was doing kickboxing, and a friend of mine bought me the book, so I read it. Yeah. So me reading that Oscar book and then seeing what this Ghanaian accomplished, and I had a cousin or a brother doing boxing and he couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, no, this could be the same scenario.
Wow.
So going to boxing, I knew.
You knew you were going to be the one.
If I push hard, because I've seen two different scenarios and it happened.
Brilliant. That's powerful.
Yeah.
And talk to me, how did you started traveling with boxing, coming over to the States? How did that come about?
Actually, yeah, from the UAE, when I said I was going to try boxing, I came to boxing. Very luckily, you know, there's a more festival. You know, I'm a Ghana. We have every August, it's our culture, right? Like we do like a more festival, and then there was a show, because people travel from different places, like diaspora, you know, when you follow your origin. So when that period of time, people come from different places. There's a lot of shows, like musicians perform, and a lot. So on that, there's like an amateur boxing show. And then I was preparing for that, and my ex-manager, I don't want to mention his name, he saw me. No, he came to the gym. He was bringing his son around that period of time. He's bringing his son to Ghana for the first time.
Wow.
His son was doing boxing, right? So I was in my gym where I was training. Since I left Dubai in 2009, I started training. So he came to the gym, and then he wanted his son to spar somebody, and I happened to be the one on the same way, and I sparred him. And it was a good spar. And then the father got in love with me.
Sure.
He said he want to work with me, and then that's how the journey started, and that's the beginning of everything.
Wow.
And I stayed with him through all my fights until my heart got broken, and then I decided to.
The business of boxing, sometimes
Right.
it can be a little bit messy. Okay, let's fast forward on your defining moment in the sport. IBF world title shot, and you close the show with a fascinating, KO, TKO. Talk to me about that night before coming into that fight, and how you managed to just be so clinical, because I don't think a lot of people were expecting that from you.
Right. I had my first world title shot in 2016, September, when I fought Robert Easter Jr. I think I won that fight, but I understand it was a close fight, but I think I won it. You know what I mean? I dropped him down, and the only thing he had, they edged me on the last round, and then you can, you know what I mean? You cannot, I don't know, man. You cannot take a decision on the last round. He didn't even knock me down. I didn't go down, but you know what I mean? Whatever happened, happened. And you know Robert Easter Jr., very good fighter, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I lost with him. I went to Russia to final eliminator to get a shot. They robbed me too. So I'm like, you know what? I got heartbroken, but then the only thing I had in my mind, I'm gonna be a world champion. So when that bell rings and I got opportunity, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna let the judges take the decision for me, because I've had 2 scenarios where I should be, my hand should be lifted up,
right.
But then my hands were right down. So I ain't letting this pass. So you know what I mean? In my gym, even punching the bar, I'm like, I gotta believe in myself, telling my spirit I'm a world champion. I'm a world champion. So when the bell goes, I fought his punch. I'm like, you know what? There's no extra time in boxing, right? When you get a chance, you gotta take it. So when I fought him, I feel like I take him out because I trained so hard. I sparred a lot of big guys. You know, America, when you know what I mean, well, America, this is where you wanna be. I sparred a lot of good boys, said the likes of Hitchens. You know what I mean? A whole lot of like Sergey, the Lomachenko, move around with them. You know what I mean? Danny Jacobs, then you know what I mean? All these big guys in the gym. So fighting someone like 135, and I'm sparring big guys and experienced guys, it touched me. I'm like, no way, I got to take it. And then I went in there, do my thing.
Wow. Fascinating. Because you're a knockout specialist.
Yep.
27 knockouts on your record. In a division which is usually not filled with lots of knockout specialists, right? So actually you set yourself apart in that right, and I think that's a key aspect to your game, the power.
Yeah, the thing is, I got my power, right? But I train hard. I train because I train all year round. Like when I'm training, I'm always in the gym. So you're ready to go, basically. Exactly. I'm always in the gym. Like I train all year round. Maybe after one fight, I go back to Ghana. You know what I mean? Just 1 month, come back in the gym. Even whilst I'm in Ghana for maybe holidays, I'll still be running, I'll still be training, but not intense. As soon as I get back, because I know once I get back, before you know, the phone will ring.
Are you ready?
So, right. So that is how I've kept my life in my whole career. Like I train all year round. Even if I'm away, like resting, I still train.
Sure.
So I never plan that any fight I'm gonna knock this guy out, I'm gonna do this now. But when I get in the ring and everything from I assess like everything about you, I know there's no way for me to, you know what I mean, to play around. Cause boxing, if you had if you had a chance to, because things can change within the just split seconds. Absolutely. Things can change. So when I get in and see the chance, I've had some very bad days, which never go my way. But then as soon as I get that chance, I gotta take it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And on that, you know, what was harder? Because your lifetime goal was, I need to become a world champion. You did it that night. How did it feel? And
honestly,
what was the difference? Did your life change overnight?
My life changed overnight. Like, obviously, it's a life-changing opportunity. And even when I came to boxing, a lot of people doubted me because I was a kickboxer and I played. So people were like, you think this is boxing? I knew people from my country who started boxing when they were ladies. They got skills, they got talents,
absolutely, but
they never achieved what I did. So, and guess what? You come in and you don't have the like typical boxing background like most people had. You see, people are gonna question. So, me becoming a world champion, like I shut everyone down, and obviously people get to know me all over the world. I feel great. And then the hardest thing was like on the night. Actually, I was like, so on the night, my feeling was like everyone was like, man, so this is it.
This is it.
You know, is that what it's all about? You know what I mean? But aside that, when you're walking outside, people know who you are, and it feel like, now you know what I mean. This is it. This is what you want. People recognize, people respect you. Now people show you love. But I mean, the hardest thing that like up to date, I still feel like when I was here, I won my Commonwealth year, right?
Yeah.
I fought Gary Buckland, and
Mm.
when I was Common World Champion, Lomachenko didn't want to fight me. You know, this is what sometimes when I look back, I regret that I was in the UK. I won my first major title, like Common World title here, and I never had a chance to fight on a big show here in the UK. I started when I started off in Ghana, UK was my first country. I came in box, so they knew me. The fans knew me. Even the official, some of there's Reese. He knows me pretty well. Even yesterday, I met him and I went to see him on Friday at the MFO. He knows who I was. So that is actually now a little bit of regret I normally have. I feel like after all being here, this is my second home when it comes to boxing, but I never had a chance to fight on a big show.
You held that title for a long time, that world title, 2 years. What was harder, getting that title or keeping it?
I think keeping is the hardest part because, you know, winning a world title is one thing, like when you win it, but then after winning it, see, like for example, how many people, for example, in 135, the whole world want to be, all the boss, everyone want to be a champion. So when you get that title, people just knocking at your door. They want to get it off you. Yeah. So I think keeping the title is the hard part of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And coming after your title, you know, you are now a global name, and respect to you. You've challenged.
Yeah,
you fought everyone which came your way, and you didn't duck no one. The likes of Teofimo Lopez, Vasiliy, Lomachenko. It was some really tough bouts, but bouts which you came up short against some of the greatest talents which, you know, in your generation. Can you just talk to us about some of the fierce competitors you have faced?
Yeah.
And what was your toughest competitor?
For me, I would say Teofimo is a very nice guy. It's always great to share the ring with someone who went on to do something great. And going to that fight, I prepared really well, everything done. But the thing is, in boxing, things happen. With Teofimo, honestly, I still feel like if what happened or the referee, everything was all right. But if the referee should have given me a little bit of, you were world champion, to give me a little bit of chance, it would have been a very long night. But I understand it's the A side, that's the promoters, bosses, and looking at whatever they just want opportunity to take this thing from me, and then the opportunity presented themselves, and then it is what it is. But other than that, I feel really, really bad at the fight. Like, people don't see, it was just like a 5 minute something, But then this is boxing, things happen. So I don't really worry much about it, After that, he came to one of my fights and he showed support. He's a nice guy, Okay. Teofimo is a nice guy. It's one of my, it's one of the bosses that I fought that we always keep
good relationship.
Exactly. So, and also with Lomachenko, I think Lomachenko, I felt sure because I didn't have a good performance because a lot of what was going on in my camp. I trained, but mentally I wasn't there. A lot was going on, which I caught between my management and my coach. So, and I'm a kind of, like I told you, I'm a loyal person. Both ways, everyone has a point. So imagine you the boss, and team A fighting team B, and you are in between. It's really, really, and that really had a lot of effect on me. But then I went on to do what I got to do. Fighting Loma is kind of, you always think ahead. That's the thing. Whatever he's going to do in the ring, he always think twice. What if it doesn't go to what I was? And then he always had a plan B in that moment. And, it was a good fight. It was one of the greatest I ever jumped in the ring with. So yeah, and this is more experience. So this is boxing, there's always life after boxing, and you learn off the people you fought, because they got something unique, something more unique that God gave them. So you see them, and then you learn, and and then we move on. You carry on to whatever you learn, experience you got in fighting, you carry it into the next one.
Absolutely.
And that is exactly what I did.
So your legacy has been cemented with the IBF win. You reigned for 2 years. Teo came, and he was the better man on the night. You faced world champions like the Lomachenkos, and now you're back on the rise. Your last bout was
Detroit.
Just a little bit
Yeah.
over under a year ago. Was it August 2025?
Detroit. Yeah, August. Yeah.
And that was a TKO. William
Right.
Jackson, great performance from yourself. And talk to me. What still burns in you? People might say you're a veteran. You've been there. You've done it. What still burns in you?
You see, this is what
level?
people sometimes mistake. We have boxers who look after the body well, or doesn't really do a lot of things, or they always, and age is also a number, because you see the likes of even the likes of Bernard Hopkins. You know what I mean? He looks after his body well, so he fights at later age. Look at even Crawford when he fought Canelo. Who's the holder among the two?
It was Crawford.
Right, and what happened? He did what he got to do, right, at that very intensive level. So, people see me, and because I've been laid off, they think that is it. But that is not. And looking at the way boxing is going, there's nothing new.
Yeah.
And I still feel in my heart, I got it. Physically, I do.
Wow.
And in my heart tells me, so this is it. I just want that opportunity to show the world I still got it.
Wow. So, the opportunity to show the world that you've still got it.
Because I'm a free agent now. I'm not working with any promoter. You know what I mean? So I can fight anywhere. Just everything should be right, and then ready to go. I'm still training.
It's interesting you say that, because there's been a lot of talk right now of what could be next for you. And Adam Azim is one of the names which have been always associated with you.
Right.
And just off the back of the weekend, Adam he's just beat Steve Claggett in a great victory. And also, before Kurt Scooby. So talk to me. Is that a fight what we might be able to see? And is that something you want? A young lion who people are saying is destined for the top?
Yeah, most definitely. It's always good to fight like, let's say I've been there, yeah, I'm a former world champion, right? And if Adam, and I started off here, right? From Ghana, I came to the UK first before I go to America, right? So I know how people from the UK, I'm used to their style of boxing, right? Okay, good. Adam is a prospect, very good boxer, don't get me wrong, and no disrespect, right? He really want to get to the mates, like Shane said last night. He knew the best 140-pounders are in the States, right? So if this is what Adam really wants, and obviously I know every boxer, like himself, he want to get to the top, he want the world to know what he's got. But my question is, you need to fight someone, and then you say, okay, if you're able to go through this guy, then when you go there, you can do some great things, right?
I see what you're saying.
So, and who is that person?
Wow, your resume, no one can touch it. Let's be real.
There you go. So, if Adam really wants to get to that top and show the world what he got, first of all, I came all the way from the US just to come and see if I to tell him in the face that he got to fight me if he really want to go on to the US to do great things. And if he cannot pass through me, then I think maybe he should just take it easy, or maybe hold on for some time.
Because this is not the first time you've been trying to get this.
Yeah, fight. I think the last year I was supposed to fight him in November, right? I got the contract, everything lined up, and I was ready for that. I was training. And this is the question that people must, and then obviously the fight fell through. It broke my heart, but at the same time, things happen in boxing, so you got to take it as it is and just keep moving on, right? Let's say I was training before K Scooby, right? And if K got, let's say, 3 weeks of training or maybe 2 weeks, right? Maximum he could get 3 weeks, if not 2 weeks. And he was able to push him to the 11th round. Imagine someone like me who's got a month and a week of training. So this is what people have to really, they have to make that calculation.
See.
Remember, I was supposed to fight Scooby and I was training almost a month ago. Right? 2 weeks down for the fight, and then they give it to Scooby.
See.
So imagine if I was the one to fight him.
Listen, as a boxing fan, I want to see that fight.
No disrespect to him. I know they've done a great job, but these are the things that people don't really ask themselves. That's the question that people have to ask themselves.
I would love to see
I knew the guy before. He's done a good job. He's done, he's a great fighter, no disrespect. But he came in and he had no plan. He had no game plan.
Talking about Steve.
There you go. He came in the fight.
How do we get this fight with you and Adam? Because as a boxing fan, that's the fight I want to see. Genuinely, I think it would be amazing.
I am here. I want to fight. I want to fight him. If he got to go through me to get to the top. He got to go through me to get to the States. So I really want to fight me. And like I said, I met his dad. They're nice people. You know what I mean? They know who to call. If they really want to, if their interest is that. Shane knows me pretty well. He knows who is representing me. So, you know what I mean? Everything is done. If they really want it, they know who to call.
Damn.
And I'll be ready for that. I'm waiting. I'm going back tomorrow. And once I get back to the States, I'm already working.
Fantastic.
I'm already in the gym. So if they want it the next fight, I'll be ready. And they know who to call. So I don't have to stress myself. I'm just going back to the gym and then get ready for him.
That's good, man. Yo, listen, respect to you, Richard Commey. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show today. He's chasing the young lion. Adam, he's called your name out. Listen, we want to see it happen. Thank you very much.
Listen, just a short one. I'm not really chasing him because I'm chasing him to give him to find out or let people see if he really is ready. So, one way or the other, it's like a win-win situation.
Sure.
It's gonna be a win-win situation.
Sure.
Right? Regardless of what happens if I fight him, is he gonna go back and ask himself, am I ready? Or I need a couple more fights. So it's gonna be a win-win situation.
Got you.
Right?
Got you.
Yeah.
Stuck it on him. Well, listen, man. All the best with preparations and trainings. I'm going to have my ear peeled to hear the news of your next bout. But here on the first exclusive, the DKJ Show, it's the man, the legend, Richard Commey. This is DKJ signing out. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And that was great. That was great.
Thank you, man.